Hello everyone, and welcome back to my video. So it's me, Love Rosie, or Rosie, and today I will be showing you how to make cute and simple notes. So to make these cute and simple notes, you don't need anything expensive or anything extra. I will just be showing you how to make them with a notebook, a pen, a pencil, or you could just use your pen, you don't need a pencil, and a marker of your own choice. You can have multiple markers, you can have multiple pens, whatever. You can customize. But this is just how to make my own basic sets of notes. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So to start off, you will need a marker or just some sort of, thing with a brush tip. And of course you can just use one without one, but if it works the same way. Second of all, you will need a black pen. Now I would recommend black because it's more of a neutral color to write with rather than blue. And third of all, I would recommend a pencil since, for writing your notes. So to start off, when we begin writing our notes, I would recommend you to skip the title, but in this video I will be starting with the title. That's just most of the time how I start, because I can start with more of a fun activity rather than going straight into my notes. Now in this one, it is just a basic title with the capital letters and then a really bad version of my cursive. I promise they are not all like this. Anyways, and so after that I will begin writing my notes with my black pen, but usually I will use my pencil because I don't really want to waste the black ink, because I want this pen to last throughout my whole 2 years left of high school. So you will continue writing your notes, but make sure they are laced with a neat handwriting. Now if you want to, you can always choose to just use a spare notebook and always freehand all the notes and do a rough copy on there, and then transfer them later onto a more clean notebook with all of your notes being pretty and more organized. And my notes, of course, will be written with more of an organized state throughout this notebook, and they will be, with a nice title. Title helps with knowing what is on this page, because I can look straight up there and be like, oh, this is what this is about. Now of course in this title all I have written is notes, but usually you would write something like, oh, this page is about maths, this page is about binomials or whatever. Now you can use more simple titles like the one I have done there, or you can use more complicated titles, which I will show in a minute. But otherwise, this is just more of a speed run of how I would usually format my notes. Now on the bottom of this page I'll be showing you more title examples, but yes. Now make sure that when you are writing your notes, they are neatly placed out and they are easy to read. If you have trouble keeping up with your class and need more time and you can't write neatly, then of course, with my other idea, use a spare notebook. This will allow you to write quickly in the moments and get everything down that you need to, and then after that you will be able to transfer it onto more of a pretty notebook and have them all there. Now if you're someone who makes notes but doesn't use them, there is not much point in you doing this, but if you do prefer just making notes for the aesthetic, then I would just recommend doing the title first and then writing down what you need to know. But otherwise, titles for me are really easy and really simple and quick, but you can miss a lot if you do them first. You should leave around about 2 lines or so of clear space for you to write your notes title, of course. And that one right there that I've drawn is a maths header title. Now this one is much more of a bad version that I have done in my notebook. I will be showing that onto the screen, onto the side right now. And of course I've done a better version, so yes. And that one was done in class, but yes. And titles, they are really important because sometimes they can just, make you motivated to make more aesthetic notes, because you're like, oh wow, it's so pretty, I'm gonna keep writing now because that makes me motivated. That might not be the case for everyone, but if it is not, then I would not recommend wasting your time with titles at the first glance. Second of all, how you write your notes should be quick and easy. And they should also be, with all of the basic information. If you have dot points and you want to make it more aesthetic in a way, then you should maybe write with little hearts instead of just dots. Maybe with little stars. If you have a little subheading that you need, then you could write that with more of an aesthetically pleasing way. Of course, these are all just ideas that not everyone has to take into order, but yes. Now the rest of this video will just be me finishing up these headers and showing examples of how I originally did them in my books, as some of these, the first two, are examples from my previous works. Now I'm saying them as previous works because I did them in class with my actual notes written below, but in this video I'll just be showing small little snippets of how I did the